For Thanksgiving, we went to Miami to play in the FIU tournament. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
We're in Alicia's natural element. See how she acts.
For Thanksgiving, we got the opportunity to go down to Miami. I think Coach Freeze always wants to try to find a place that we can take the kids where they can enjoy the environment and be able to hang out as a team off the floor and really bond in basketball season.
Interesting dynamic, as our boys are getting older now, almost being 4 years old, that we're starting to have them travel with us. And it is, a constant reminder of just juggling all the hats, so to speak, that I juggle in terms of being a coach and being a mom. But having that extra downtime that's built in the schedule, take them to the pool or the beach, just being connected for them with these players and being role models for them.
It was Marcus. He had been asking me all week if he wanted to build a sandcastle. So we were trying to build a sandcastle with the sand. The sand was is really soft, so we really couldn't complete that sandcastle. But it was a lot of fun, rolling around in the sand and just kind of building my confidence to go in the water.
Yeah.
Beach was really, it was relaxing. That was a great way to spend my Thanksgiving on the beach with my team.
Lynetta said she never went to the beach. So we went to go bring her out, and she was like, Alicia, don't leave me, don't leave me.
I was really scared to get in the water, actually. So salty, I guess. The ocean water was so salty, but it was a fun experience, but I've never been to the beach before, so it was a lot of fun.
Special tradition here at Maryland. The first time we go on our first official road trip, we initiate all of our new members here at Maryland.
We had our new inductee talent show that we have every year since Coach Freeze decided to have it.
I'm going to do the preamble of the Constitution. We the people provide for the common defense, for domestic tranquility, promote general welfare, liberty to ourselves and the prosperity of the United States of America.
Okay, Mike is our new video coordinator.
Big fella, big fella.
And decided to do impersonations of our staff.
Coach Chen was, what's up, babe? What's up, babe? What's up, babe? What's up, babe? How you feel? How you feel, babe?
Yes, sir. How you feeling? It's good.
I did Zach as well. His superpower is the ability to clap.
All right, ladies, come on, Netta.
It like pierces your ears. And his voice is so loud.
Quick lob!
I told Coach Atkins the other day that his vocal cords are like...
11 screen!
If you were gonna look at him, I feel like his vocal cords are bigger than the average humans.
5 first, 4 second, 11 third!
I was wondering how he would whisper, like if it would just be like a normal voice.
Hey, into Hoya.
If I were an X-Men, my mutant abilities would be the ability to yell and clap loudly.
I'm gonna sing, this is like my all-time favorite song. What I chose was the easiest and my most favorite song of all time was Bag Lady, Erykah Badu.
Bag lady,
Everybody on the team thinks they have a little voice, but Stephanie definitely proved to us who can sing.
Ever told you all you must hold on to, act like
Just having this bonding time as a team, it brings us closer together to realize that this is a family too, so, it's home away from home.
The 2 games in Miami, were games that, again, for us to go on the road, to be able to have a chance and an opportunity to get better. And what I really liked out of both games was to be able to see our balance. I thought Lauren Mincy and Tiana Hawkins obviously were named to the all-tournament team, and They just had to put up, big games back to back. Were very consistent. Angela Barrett, I mean, you talk about 21 assists and 2 turnovers in 2 games. Are you kidding me? I've never, seen a stat like that from a point guard.
Nice pass! Good job, Anj!
It's a pretty neat thing to be able to see from your senior just guiding this team.
We have quick games back to back, get an ice bath, and make sure our body's ready to get another 40 minutes. One ice cube at a time.
2 games for us to improve and to be able to get better at.
My name is Barry Kessler, and I graduated Maryland in 1974. And the only bad thing about living in Florida is that I'm not home to watch Maryland games all the time. And I've been living in Florida for the last 15, 16 years. I'm an interventional cardiologist, and actually today I was supposed to be the heart attack emergency guy, but I found somebody who's also from the state of Maryland, and he agreed to cover for me for the few hours that it would take me to come to the game. And when I go back, it's payback time.
I'm LaTanya Hawkins. I'm Tiara Hawkins and Tiana Hawkins' mom. Tiara plays for Delaware State University, and Tiana is a forward here at University of Maryland. Tiana and Tiara is fraternal twins. They're about 2 minutes apart, and everybody's here to see them compete against one another.
I'm Sean Haley. I'm Tiana and Tiara's cousin. Me and a couple of cousins got together and decided, it's hard to cheer just for one of these young ladies tonight, so we decided to get shirts made. We're going to support both teams tonight.
The numbers on the sleeves.
It's a combination of both. It's sort of Maryland, Delaware, Mardale.
And then on the back, we got the family name.
Prior to the game, me and her was talking trash to each other, and she said something slick, something I can't say on camera.
Tiana gave Tiara a little bump to let her know she was out there. She said she was going to play her hard today. We weren't going to give her no slack. Well, they're very competitive. They're raced to the car door, so they're definitely competitive.
First of all, I didn't know Tiana and Tiara were twins. So I'm like looking at them running up and down the court. They're just like going after each other. And T's so physical. It's always funny to see a little rivalry, especially against siblings and blood. So yeah, definitely we were kind of joking about it.
I think she kind of got mad because when I did score, she did fall, and I think she got kind of frustrated. We're both very competitive, and I think that when she saw that I was being tough for her, then that kind of brought out her toughness, because she is a real tough person. She ran back down the court, asked for the ball. She got the ball. She was playing a little tough, and she did get the foul call, which was not acceptable.
I was mad when she scored on me, but when I came down, she did foul me. She really did foul me, and I was mad that I didn't get the call.
You did get the call?
I did?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm doing is I'm rooting for both sides, but since Delaware State is down right now, I'm spending most of my time focused on rooting for Delaware so they can at least get in this game.
I got a little frustrated, so I thought I'd just come down the court, get a little,
I had to hit her back.
I'm still the strongest.
I had to hit her back.
It don't matter.
Tiana probably feels good, but Tiara got to get her back.
It's a great one. It's a great one. Everyone came out to support me and my sister. It felt good to play against her. Give me a kiss, give me a kiss, give me a kiss. I ain't getting no hug.
Maryland and Michigan, the ACC Big Ten Challenge next on the Terrapin Sports Radio Network. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. We are from China. All of us here, this row. We are here in Maryland University to study administration course. Oh, we are watching a basketball game. Maryland to Michigan.
I actually saw a group come in within the game, and so to kind of hear that, them coming over from China and then coming to watch our team, phenomenal. I think the thing it says is you never know who's watching. Well, you're the first top 10 team I've seen, top 6 actually, team that you know what? Nobody's talking about you. I'm talking nationally. Who's talking about this team right now? You thought about that? No one. You've got to be ready to go out tonight, and you got to be ready to have the killer instinct for 40 minutes. Right, Whitney Bates? 40 minutes.
Hell yeah. we both was undefeated. That's all our team was talking about, how we both undefeated and how we want to stay undefeated.
You got to be ready, Alicia Dunvon, to go out and rip someone's heart out tonight. Every single possession tonight, we have got to be relentless.
So we knew that they was going to come hard at us. As you could tell, the energy was there from the fans to the coaches to us on the court. It was just, the energy was there, everything came together, and we just had fun. When we have fun playing basketball, it's a great look.
Yes, we take a lot of pictures here. It's very exciting.
Melissa had a very good game. You know, she was on fire. She hit our first couple, 10 buckets. She had 19 in the first half. So we're just kind of trying to keep going to her, run plays for her.
When the Terrapins get a score, we cheers. Yeah.
You know, Brene had been struggling up to date for about 2 or 3 games before this Michigan game.
Like in high school, you could kind of play when you wanted to. You can slack off when you wanted to. In college, there is no room for, for slacking off. There, you have to. If not, you have to improve every day.
Travel.
Because when I'm down on myself, then that means I'm not bringing as much energy. So she's saying that I matter more than I think. So to have a game like Michigan against a well-coached team was definitely a big confidence booster.
She was, big difference in that game. They had a hard time guarding her in transition, and we've got to have her at an all-time high and staying confident, and makes us that much dangerous as a team when our freshmen are confident and believing in themselves.
Don't ever put yourself back in that funk again, okay? Too special to do that. Great job.
I think our transition game wore them down. They really didn't play a lot of bench players, and we're in great shape. I think we just wore them down in the end.
Terrapins win it 74-65.
Your chance to make a first impression. How did they leave? Did we make a lasting impression? Sometimes you don't know, when you're making those impressions, but you have an opportunity every single day that you step out on the floor, and tremendous that they would come out and come out to the game.
Very important event happened to me this summer. I got married in July,
actually July 1st, 2011.
You can put this on the Maryland Women's Basketball Show.
And maybe. It may happen. Got married to Tina Campbell, and we have a 3.5-year-old, my stepson, Preston, her son. And it's great being a dad and great being a husband. Absolutely beautiful wedding and beautiful location, and couldn't have been more excited and more pleased.
It is my honor to introduce to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Chris and Tina Campbell.
Preston and Avery Tarp, the daughter of Kyle Tarp, our basketball performance coach, have kind of bonded through some road trips, and they're a year apart in age. They both were in the wedding. Preston was the ring bearer, and Avery was the flower girl. And so they came down the aisle together, and they just love spending time with each other. When Preston comes to games and Avery is not, you know, he's kind of bummed, and I think Avery comes to games looking for Preston. And so they enjoyed some dances at the wedding, and I think they got caught on film, and Preston just loves music, and I think Avery does too, and they just loved dancing together, and they're not, Preston especially is not afraid to kind of be, how should I say it, out in public. He's not afraid to have all eyes on him. I think Avery's a little more shy, but the two of them just really enjoyed being together at that time, and they kind of danced the night away together. I had gone to Coach Freeze several weeks ago and let her know that Tina is pregnant, and that Tina and I are expecting a baby early next summer. And we kind of got to the point where Tina was starting to show, so we couldn't hide it anymore from other people. So I went to Brenda during the day after shoot around of the Michigan game and said, you know, we kind of have to figure out a way to tell everybody. So if it is okay with you, assuming we win, I'd like to bring her in the locker room, and kind of after we do our talk about the game as a team, as we're about to break, we'll make the announcement.
That's a great win. That's a great win, right?
Coach Freeze said that's great, and said, well, why don't we, you'll give them the schedule, and then we'll go forward and bring her in, and you can kind of do it as one last announcement. So the game ends, and I hadn't told my wife that this was going to happen. So the game ends, and I walk up to her behind our bench where she sits in her seats.
Chris got me about right after they won and said, hey, we're going to do it now. And I said, oh, now?
So I go to open the door to kind of bring her in. She's not there, so I had to send Stephanie Stevens out. I whispered to her, I'm like, go find my wife, as I'm stalling for time to give the schedule, and Coach Freeze is stalling for time to give the schedule, and we're like, where is Tina?
But I had absolutely no idea why he wanted me to get Tina. Chris is kind of trying to get me to bring her in, and I still I didn't know if he was talking just, have me come in or Tina and I. And finally I make eye contact with Coach Freeze, and she's like, so I said, okay, I'll bring Tina in.
One more, I think, any more announcements, Coach Campbell?
And so finally we brought her in. I said, I've got one last announcement, and I think I said,
my wife and I are pregnant.
My wife and I are pregnant. And then, of course, everybody fell out laughing because obviously I'm not pregnant. She's the one that is pregnant.
For someone who's always dotting his I's and crossing his T's and on top of things, to kind of see the nervousness in terms of the announcement.
My wife and I are pregnant.
My wife is pregnant.
And, but we're very, very excited and expecting the summer.
And when they came in and announced it, Tiana starts crying out of nowhere.
Oh, I thought that was so sweet of her. I mean, she's really been very special, I think, to Chris and to me. She was there at the wedding, and so she's kind of been with us through this whole thing. So that was really sweet of her. I was very touched.
She was very excited when we got engaged, when I announced that we were engaged, and the whole team was excited. So it's hard for me to necessarily say Tiana is any different than the others, but for whatever reason, Tiana has shown a visceral reaction to us getting engaged. She came to the wedding, which was phenomenal to have her there, and she was in tears, and it meant a lot to us. And but you know, the whole team, you've got Sequoia, you know, saying we're having a baby, like, you know, it's the whole team's baby. To kind of see that genuine reaction from Tiana crying to all the players embracing us and the hug from Coach Freeze just really continues to reiterate what I know about this program, which is we are a family. And it's not something we just talk about. It's something that is real.
Just to be able to see, you know, share that moment with them and with the team, and you know, that's what it's all about, family and being in the locker room together to share that news.
She wanted to seal the win with her announcement.
It's a part of who we are as Maryland basketball. We are this family that really genuinely cares for each other.
1, 2, 3, family!
It was a good thing we won, because that thing would have fallen apart if we hadn't. All right, everybody upstairs to interviews.
Your day has